I'm the Managing Director of Australia, New Zealand. Do you know this guy? Of course you do. It's you, and you, and you, and me every morning when we drive and look for parking. So did you know that in any urban area, 30% of the cars circulating are actively looking for parking in any given time? When you go in traffic, 70% of the traffic is caused by those cars now looking for parking. So Parkam been established with the idea of finding parking on the go, utilizing existing infrastructure, whether it's connectivity and communication, and whether it's existing CCTV cameras that are already spread throughout smart cities. If we're lacking some, we're adding some more, and the idea is, how can we generate income to the city to cover those CCTVs so the city can then utilize those cameras for other purposes? There are many solutions in the market today that give analyzing from CCTV cameras. For example, traffic management, bin collection, many other solutions. And what we do, we create a revenue stream for them that they can actually go and install those cameras that normally they avoid because of the cost. So our platform offers many modules. These are some of them. And the first one is the availability map. So what we do, in every given place we are now start operating, we remap the surface. And by remap the surface means that on top of normal navigation system, we assign a GPS location for every parking spot in the city or in a parking lot. On top of that, we mark any point of interest. Point of interest might be a handicap parking. It might be a bus stop. It might be a shuttle bus in an airport. It might be the gate in a shopping mall to the shop that you prefer and want to go and visit. Other things that we do, we have real-time navigation system. We have advanced BI tool. We have in-app payment, enforcement system, and targeted advertising. So the city or the parking lot management get the advanced BI tool. This is a web-based application. And what you see here is those maps that we talked about before. You can see now what is available and what is not available in real time. What are the trends of the hour? What are the trends of the day, of the week? And obviously, what's currently happening in your city or in your car park. So instead of utilizing only 85% of your car park, you can now utilize 100% of it. By utilizing this heat map that you can see here, we can now create dynamic pricing. So if there are areas in the city or in your car park that are not being utilized, you can offer them for a discounted price and make sure that more people will go and park there. On top of that, we also offer those graphs. So now you know during the day, during the week, during the weekends, what's really happening there, not by assigning people to go and count your cars. And yes, this is what's currently happening. And if you imagine the cost of those employees coming and doing a count once every 2 days or every week, doesn't really give you the accurate data that you're after. Another thing that we are doing is we're utilizing this data by an API to put them on smart signs. So now you can display that for each and every one of us. Enforcement solution for the smart city is also knowing what's happening and attending those care issue right now. Someone stopped in a bus stop.
Thank you. Your time is up. Almost. Okay, judges.
I'll start. I think it's a great solution. Wasn't coming to Sydney, and probably with that answer is how hard is it to sell to cities?
Okay, so Australia, we all know, are a bit of a slow adapters. However, so Parkam been established. We went to market 2 years ago overseas. It's the company is based in Tel Aviv. And we came and we introduced the solution here at the beginning of this year. So some companies and some cities came and said, okay, we want to see it working elsewhere in Australia. Some are brave enough to say, you know what? This is something different. This is out of the box. This is not taking whatever is already there and improving that. This is actually allowing us to know real-time data, but also utilizing for other purposes. So some are brave enough to trial it, and we actually have some trials here in Australia, and we're hoping that really soon we will start seeing more and more of those coming.
So as the self-driving car kind of revolution comes on, I see parking being less of a challenge as vehicles probably are not owned by individuals. What's your plan to evolve the business as that happens?
Yes, it does. So actually we are working with that industry, the automotive car. So what's happening today in the automotive car industry, the cars themselves are really, really smart. They have lots of sensors on them. What they don't know is what's happening in the next street, right? So basically, they already announced that they are not going to talk to each other, and they're leaving the city and the car park management their responsibility on the data and the knowledge of what's happening there. So what we are doing now, we are developing a special alert system for them that will let all autonomous cars what's happening in each part, and whether there is a truck coming out of a construction building, or if there is any interference, all of a sudden a block in the road, or all of that. So we're working with them and preparing for the future as well.
Can you go through your pricing model?
Yes. So we are not a hardware company, right, where you have no interest in selling cameras, but we are helping to do so. So we're partnering with all the big and the small CCTV manufacturers in the world. We're partnering with communication teleco companies worldwide. We're partnering with them, and we actually come and we help them integrate the solution. If they don't have if they do have cameras, let's start with the best case scenario. If they do have cameras, so we're talking about cities like Moscow, like London, beautiful, they're covered head to toe. We come, we analyze what we see, we give them the solution. If they don't have, or we only have few, first of all, we utilize what we have, we analyze what we have, and then we add on cameras, and then we end the cameras on depending on their needs. So if they come and say, you know what, we only want it for parking purposes, we will hang one camera as high as we can from the top of the building, cover 100 bays, parking bays, and analyze it from one camera. If they say, no, we want it for security and traffic management and other, we will design it such so it will tick all their needs for other solutions. Is that answering the question?
And for the consumer?
The consumer get the application for free. So once we will have enough locations in an area, so any area that we have enough locations, we are just releasing the application and we allow the end user. Beautiful, I'll just add one more thing. It's not that we're just showing availability on a navigation app. We also calculate what will be available for you by the time you're going to get there.
Thank you very much. Round of applause.